Well, we've been lucky enough to be granted a few minutes with the number 5 seed in the girls' singles, Kayla Day. Now, Kayla, you, courtesy of a retirement, find yourself in the semi-finals, and what a match that will be. We'll talk about that encounter with Potapova in just a minute. But first of all, congratulations into the semis, but not really the manner in which you were expecting.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting her to retire, especially it was not that late into the match, so not the best way to win, but I'm happy to be in the semis.
Did you have any indication as the match was progressing that there was a problem?
So in the very beginning, she didn't really show any signs of sickness, but then as it kind of went on, after a couple long points, she bent over, so I could kind of tell, but I wasn't too focused on that.
And what's it like from the perspective of a junior competing here at Wimbledon? I mean, it's just such an amazing complex. Every court you sit beside or play on, in your case, every alleyway you walk down, there's just history seeping out of every area of the whole complex.
Yeah, it's such an amazing place. It's my favorite place to play tennis in the whole entire world, so I love being here.
Now, let's take it back, because there aren't too many biographies on some of the younger players, but there's some fascinating information about you. I hope it's true. Is it true that, well, first of all, you started playing when you were 7, and at that time, or around that time, you wrote yourself down a list of very specific goals that you wanted to achieve?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so some of them you wanted to, if I've got this correct, one of them is you wanted to be world number 1 from the age of 20 to 32, and then you wanted to retire at 33. You've got it all planned out.
I had it all planned out. There's some pretty high goals in there, but I've achieved all the ones so far. They're a little bit easier than the ones coming up, but...
Okay, so what are the interim ones that you have managed to achieve?
I was number 1 in the girls'. These were all national rankings, which I put down. So I was number 1 in the girls' 12s when I was 11, number 1 in the 14s when I was 13, number 1 in the 16s when I was 15, and I was number 1 in the 18s this year. Or I think, I don't know if I still am, but I'm only 16, so. And another one I put down was to win the junior girls Wimbledon title when I'm 17, and I'm 16, so, and I'm in the semis, so it's kind of cool to look back. So
it's really cool. And is it also true that at your tennis club there was a competition, the winner of which would be the person who'd played the most sets of tennis throughout the summer, and you ended up playing something like 180 sets of tennis in one summer holidays? Yeah,
I did. I played every single day, 5 sets a day. I really wanted that trophy. The trophy was it was huge. It's still the biggest trophy I have.
That's amazing. And was it a sport that is it a scenario where you picked up a racket and it just all seemed to make sense? How did you fall in love with tennis so quickly?
So my mom played, and I saw her playing. She played women's league, and I saw her playing. I was I want to try a summer camp, and I tried it for a week, and I was I want to do this every day.
Well, I tell you what, in terms of inspiration, it doesn't get much better as far as the Americans are concerned. Serena and Venus. Venus coming up short at the age of 36, but a great run to the semis, and then Serena into the final again. But it's not just the Williams sisters. There's great strength in depth in women's tennis at the moment. You've got Sloane, you've got Madison. Have you drawn inspiration by how well they've been playing recently? And actually, most of them have had a pretty good run here at Wimbledon.
For sure, yeah. All the Americans have been doing really well this year. So they really inspire me, especially because I get to see them train. So it's really cool.
And who do you model your game on and your style?
I really like Kerber because she's also a lefty, and I think we play a little bit similar. So yeah, I like her.
So will there be a little bit of you cheering for Kerber on the final?
I was hoping for a Serena Venus final because they're both American, but I don't know. Even though I like Kerber, I probably still want Serena to win just because she's American.
Okay, now, before we get on to the semi-final, a little birdie tells me that Billie Jean King watches quite a few of your matches. What's the connection there? Is she a family friend? Is she someone who gives you a little bit of mentoring? How has that come about?
Yeah, so my doubles partner, Taylor Johnson, she's a family friend to her, and she's been mentoring Taylor for a long time. So we met last week when Taylor and I played doubles. I met Billie Jean, and she's been watching my matches this week, so it's been really fun to hear some of her tips because she's obviously really knowledgeable.
That's amazing. I mean, it's it's great, but it almost adds to the pressure. You've got an absolute legend of the game courtside.
Yeah, I try not to think about who's watching too much. Try to just focus on what's happening on the court. But definitely, it's so amazing that she's been able to watch me.
And without giving any trade secrets away, are there any tips that she's given you that are on areas of your game that you previously wouldn't have thought about?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to watch out for that in the semi-final. So what about this match then against Anastasia Potapova? She's the 4th seed, you're the 5th seed, so it's got the makings of a good matchup.
Yeah, I'm really excited. She's a really great player, and it should be a really tough match, so I'm excited.
Do you have any history with her?
Yeah, so I played her at Orange Bowl last year in the semifinals, actually, and she won the first set 7-5, and then in the beginning of the second, she fell on her wrist, and we played the second, and she seemed fine, and then after I won the second, and then she, something happened to her wrist, and she couldn't move it, so she had to retire, so...
Well, hopefully, you'll be hoping for a victory, but we want to do it properly, and we want to get on the court and see you do it the hard way, maybe in 3 sets. So 4th seed against 5th seed in the girls' singles. It should be a cracking match. Remember the name, Kayla Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.